everybody, it's February 16th and it's Freestyle Friday. I'm Mia with TMBH, and today we're going to talk about a speech that I had gone to not too long ago, and it's from one of our in-house doctors, Dr. Barthwell. She was the former drug czar under President Bush, actually, and so she was giving the speech, and it was really interesting. I learned some things, and I just kind of wanted to go over what it was about. We're actually going to link you to the speech, which is our daily video for today, our daily morning video for today. Basically, we're just talking about how we're in the middle of the opioid epidemic, and now that we're in the middle of the opioid epidemic, we're kind of having a lot of conversations now about drug use and about opioids and how we need to change our approach, because we went from kind of this really harsh, let's jail them and we're going to solve this problem through the criminalization of drug users, right? And so now we've kind of shifted that, and we're looking at it more and trying to figure out what is the best possible way to treat it. And that's leading more and more to realizing that these people actually need treatment, because drug abuse is a disease, and it's a fundamental yet treatable disease of the brain. So basically, it means that, you know, it is something that you can recover from. It's a serious disease, but it is something that you can recover from. It's something that you're not going to be, I don't know how to describe it, not stuck in forever. So for example, I would say, think of something more like cystic fibrosis. I don't know if you guys know what cystic fibrosis is, but you might. So cystic fibrosis is this disease that you'll be born with, right? And like you'll always have it. But at the same time, you'll learn to treat it and manage it and cope with it on a daily basis so that you can live a normal, full functioning life, you know? And so that's what we're talking about with addiction. It's a disease, and you can learn to treat it and manage it. It will never go away, but you can learn to treat it and to manage it daily and just to live a normal, healthy lifestyle, but also just within the context of managing your sobriety and always being mindful of that. So the thing is that it's also not just that, but it's a family disease, and that just means that for addicts, it's not just them who ends up always needing therapy, because there's actually family therapy, and that's something that we do here. Family therapy is important because addiction really is a family disease. It impacts the family on many levels. A lot of times it'll impact the family financially. You might have a parent or a grandparent or a sibling who's giving the addict money for when they're in withdrawal, and they don't want to see them suffer from withdrawal, so they're giving them money, and then you have that financial impact. It impacts the family emotionally, because you have situations in which case, for example, you know, the mother and the father are grieving because they have a child who is, you know, suffering and who they can't help to get better. And so then you also have, in other cases, times where it's physically impacting, because these people end up a lot of times having to be taken care of. You know, for some people, it might mean back pain, because you have to pick this person, they get drunk, and you have to carry them from the front door, from the laying down, passed out in the kitchen, to their bed to take care of them constantly. And so there's just, if you're an addict, you know the different ways in which case it impacts your family and other people beyond just you. And so those people oftentimes have to go and seek treatment themselves and learn how to not enable the addiction, or learn how to specifically really learn how to get involved in helping the person that they care about be accountable and maintain their sobriety. And so the other thing, like, to explain more about the disease of addiction part, because I feel like a lot of people are like, well, disease or addiction is a choice. That's like a really big thing that I hear a lot. And it's not really. So like, the thing is, initial use, right? The beginning use, I guess, you could say that's a choice. But even then, you have to look at the fact that with people who are addicted to substances, a lot, like, these people aren't just like, oh, look, there's like some cocaine, I'm gonna try that, let's do it. Like, nobody does that. Like, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people don't do that. And so a lot of times there really is a deeper reason behind it, and so they turn to substances to fill a void. So you've already have some kind of trauma or emotional pain behind the initial use, right? And then after the first initial use, and somebody who has the disease of addiction, it's something that's irreversible. It flips a switch in them, and it's something that they no longer have control over what they are doing, or at least full control. They can have a personal desire to do better, but ultimately it's something that will eat away at their brain and make them feel like they have to do it. The way that Dr. B described it was that it's kind of like if you were stuck in the middle of the ocean and you've been stuck there for some days now and you're surrounded by salt water. And so you, knowing full well that you can't drink salt water to hydrate you because of the salt in it, you'll still drink it because somehow your brain convinces you that you need it to live. You know, and it's the same thing with drug use, your drug abuse. Your brain convinces you that you need the drug to be okay to live. For some people, it might be physically. For some people, it actually might be kind of like a more mental thing where you feel like you might be too depressed to keep on without the use of the drug. So yeah, that's just kind of a little bit of a recap of Dr. B's speech, but I really encourage you guys to watch it in our daily morning video. We're going to link you to that. It's a really great speech, and you can definitely learn a lot. There's 2 other speakers, and it's awesome.